So looking at single legs again, right? We have a video where we're shooting from the outside. We're threatening space and our opponent is looking to frame right at their hands. What's important to realize in grappling, in fighting in general, is it's all about who could be managing the space in front of them, right? My opponent could be managing that space with a full arm frame, right? And just keeping us at that distance. There's also going to be times where we'll start to work on the inside of that. So understanding how can I make my opponent create that big long frame that we were then shooting underneath. Now we're going to take a look at when my opponent is not interested in me fighting on the outside and they want to tie up with me to try and slow us down. We still have entries to that single leg. So in our first video where we're getting by the hands, every time we framed, right, we were working on getting past the hands. Ian's not interested in that anymore. So he starts looking for collar tie control, right? His goal here is to start getting this grip on my neck. And you see how he's bringing his elbow down right here. He's now creating, right, this frame between that elbow shoulder, okay? Right? He might even, if he's going to try and go double collar tie, I at least got to be making sure that I'm looking to block on the inside. So he has his frame, right, from his shoulder to his elbow, but I have that as well. So if he gets that one collar tie, I got to at least be making sure that I'm blocking that second. I would not want him to go double collar ties here and just start pulling down on my pressure. That would be very bad. So what I want to focus on doing, like let's say he does get there, okay? And I need to work my way back to a good position. So what I'm going to focus on doing is using my hand, my elbow, and my shoulder to create space. So anytime I find myself in this position, right, hand goes through, my elbow starts to go, and then I push my shoulder, right? You see how that was able to help me get this bicep control here. Now, I'm using my arm, my little T-Rex arm right here to hook over that tricep and just maintaining control. If he's trying to pummel that right arm low, I follow with the elbow. If he tries to go high, I follow. So always just maintaining that control. Now, I need control over his neck. Same thing. I'm going to go hand, elbow, shoulder, right? I'm going to keep my opponent's arms on the outside. So now you can see that I have that full inside control right here. If at any point he pummels one of his arms on the inside, right? Nope. I'm looking at making sure I own that space. I want the inside space. Now, I'm putting myself in position right here. What you can see, right, is Ian has his right leg in front. I have my left leg in front. My foot is slightly on the outside. I can't shoot this outside single if I'm all the way on this other side over here. That's way too much distance for me to try and cover right now. I want to be closer to that spot. You see how I can be focused on pulling him down. We talk about reactions and setups, right? I might be tied up from here. I cannot shoot from this spot. His feet are planted, right? He's in a strong position. He's going to counterattack me super easy. So what I want you guys to focus on doing is using your frames, right? I can push him a little bit, right? But I can also pull him as well, right? So when I attack that structure, I can anticipate that he's going to want to put himself back in that position. Let's say I shuffle my feet around, shuffle, pulling him down. I'm slowly breaking that posture. He's going to want to get back to there. Right? I can anticipate that. I know that. So I'm working on his posture. I might be faking. Touch, coming back inside. Touch, pulling down. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to be pulling down and lifting up. Right? That's going to be that goal. So I pull down until I feel him pushing back up. So that way what's going to happen is I lift. I'm just going to let that hand slide off. You see how he had that slight pop up. The legs are always like springs. So when I start to compress those springs, I can anticipate they're going to pop right back up. So I need to be ready for that shot. If you're not confident in your shot, you always go back to the wall drill until you're confident with it, and then you put it on your partner. Collar tie, bicep control. Snap him down, snap him down. I'm waiting for that reaction. He's posturing up, lift the elbow, coming across here. Right, building myself up into position, always nice and strong. Once I'm in this good, strong position, now I'm going to lift. Now, we have alternate finishes from this position. I got an athletic opponent, and I'm trying to hit those run the pipes, and he's just doing a really good job of staying up on that leg. I can't get it, right? That's fine, right? As I'm going for this direction, look, I can take a step back. Make sure I stand up nice and tall here. A very common mistake that I see once people get to the outside of this leg is I like to keep it down here, right? I don't have good structural strength right here. I need my kinetic chain. Get your hips underneath you. If you're tall, put that leg up as high as you can, right? I like to have this kind of uppercut right here. Some people will V-block at the ankle as well, perfectly fine. But the goal here is to raise that leg up as high as you can. I want to be looking to control the waist. As I raise this up, I just start moving him around. He'll fall. I follow and maintain that connection. So learning how to work with your partner. He gets my double collar tie, right? I gotta work my hands in. Hand, elbow, shoulder. 1, hand, elbow, shoulder. 2. Now I'm owning this space. I have good footwork, pushing, pulling. I'm waiting for him to pop up. Raise the elbow, take your shot. Coming up, climbing. Looking for that, run the pipe. It's not working. Step back. Another way you can set this up as well is I can push into my opponent, right? I can push, 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 step and pull, yanking it up nice and high, immediately switching my grip. Control that waist. If you have someone that's really athletic, time that foot. Wait for it to be up in the air as I kick the foot, raising that leg up in the air just to create that teeter-totter. I don't have to smash his foot. Leg, please. Right? I don't got to come in here and kick it. All I want to do is wait for that foot. When it's nice and light, touch, bringing him down to the ground and using, right, my lever of that leg, right, to help with that. Last little detail, once we're on the outside of the leg, is once again, use the lever right here. If I'm trying to just control at the knee, he can bend his foot and leg press very strong. If I'm here, right, I have this nice lever, so much harder. Okay?